what are the different fields for one game to come out, right? So if you can,
Yep.
basically explain that so that people can know what different career options are possible from this particular field.
Right, right. So I'll take an example first. For example, if you're taking a Subway Surf, right? There's just a character, and then there's a police running behind him. And what is that one thing that clicks? There's no story behind it, right?
True.
There's no why is that person actually following that kid? Because he was doing a graffiti, right?
Right.
Graffiti is illegal on a subway, and he was doing it, and then immediately the game starts. You just click on it, and it starts. So
Right.
here, development is where you're actually coding, and you're making sure that whatever controls you're doing, the character is actually performing those actions. But art, 3D art and 2D art, like UI buttons and 3D when it comes to animation, when it comes to concept art, all these are very very important for a game to click. You cannot just have a skeleton over there, right? So you need to have a character to that. So these are some of the things that an artist does. And then
Right.
UI and UX is very much important. And then when you look at the game, there are a few things that come up, like you have to collect this word on this particular day, right? You collect pink,
True.
pink,
Right.
4 letters, and then you're given a bigger reward. These are some of the things that create engagement among the users, right? These are called live ops. Live ops is where
Okay.
you make sure that the person actually the player feels that, okay, I have to go and play the game to make sure that I collect that reward. So there is a constant push in player's brain that, okay, there's some reward waiting for me if I just play for 2 minutes. And then that hook is something which that makes the player come back to the game every day, right? So these are some of the things. And then how does everyone know about Subway Surfers? You have to market it. You have to make
Market.
sure that
Right.
you're spending money, you're acquiring users, you're making sure that you're talking to Apple and Google to make sure that these games and these events which are actually going on, they have to be featured. So you have to have a personal connect with App Store and Google Play Store. And then community managers, right? So I've taken a small example, but they are very big games. But I'm just giving you a small example so that everyone can understand that game, because that's basically a household game, right? So
True.
and then community manager, when there is a particular problem, there's customer support. But how do we build a community around that game, right? I've seen that a lot of towns and cities, they actually have Subway Surfers events which are not even related to the company, right? They have an event down the road, and people just come there and they just play, right? And that's how the marketing started, way back in 2013, 14. Everything changed recently, but a lot of conferences, a lot of small events also had these communities. And then testing, QA is very very important for any game, because for a game it's not an automated script that you run and that gives you results. You have to make sure that every case is being handled, so a lot of manual testing
Right.
comes into the picture in gaming. And then making sure that the project goes on time, so project management is important. So, and audio, right? So audio and voiceovers are equally important, so that actually gives the theme of the entire thing. So a lot of departments. And again, so this is one of the examples, but to give you a fake picture, game development, game design is not art. Game design is how do you picture the game out, right? So game design is not actually art. Game design, game development, game art, game making sure that monetization, engagement, and all the other KPIs are on plan. So live ops, engagement, product management, project management, audio, and art. Again, it's 3D, 2D, UI, UX, concept art. So a lot of people. So generally, the reason why I'm taking this much elaborate explanation is
Right.
uh, people think that, okay, gaming is complex, and gaming is complex, but it's equally fun. And the other thing
Right.
is, gaming, usually people think that it's only development and coding. No, there are multiple opportunities in gaming career, right? So you don't need to have the coding skills, or you don't need to have C++ or C hash to make sure that you do it in Unity or Unreal Engine. So even though you're not very good at coding, there are ample opportunities in gaming industry. Of course, game development is still very much important. There are huge opportunities in game development, but apart from coding, there are other opportunities or other fields you can actually shine in as well.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So thank you for a very detailed explanation on all the different career options possible in this one. So again, as you know, a lot of people when you say game, they think game development, as you said, right, or a designer. That's the two posts that people think of. But there are so many
Correct.
things that each and every field for a game to come out positive, for a game to make sure it's successful, is a whole lot of other things. So,
Correct.
do you prefer like these guys who are fresh out of college or something have a specific college degree in gaming, or is any degree okay? You don't
Uh,
specialize in that. Is a industrial question.
See, it not really a college degree as such. I mean, you definitely need a degree. If you're getting into game development, then
Right,
yeah, you need to have some sort of computer science degree, or if it would be awesome if it's a gaming, gaming college. But nevertheless, if it's not a gaming college, a computer science degree where you have learned basic coding skills is equally fine. But if you want to become an artist, then yes, you need to have tools. You need to make sure that you understand Photoshop, Maya, or all these tools. So it would
got
be
it.
great if they have animation certificates, or uh, you know arena animation, or whatever other companies, other
Players are, yeah,
institutes are there, so
right,
they can get certificates from there. So it's all about how you take that in the interview, right? So interview you have to make sure that if you're an artist, your portfolio is very important, right? So you cannot just go to an interview as an artist and say that, okay, I've done this, I know Maya, I know this. You have to show what is your portfolio. You have to show what you have created, right? So
right,
a portfolio is very important when it comes to game development. I would say, even though you do not have a college or a gaming college degree, I would say, even though you have worked on personal projects or some basic games, like a pong, like you do a pong game, or your basic games, even the personal projects, if you can bring them on the table, and if that opposite person can actually download that game and ask question about you, the entire conversation would be basically about that game. So there's nothing as such that you need to have a gaming degree.
right.
Anyone who is actually passionate about getting into gaming industry can enter. So there's no restriction that it has to be a gaming college.
Hey guys, hope you have a lot of inputs from that valuable session from the director of products at Purple Talk. So let's connect again next week at 7 p.m. and then we will continue the interview and then have much more insightful information for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to CTS. Keep supporting and keep learning. Thank you. Have a great day.